So, you want to learn how to be a Dragonknight. Well, I guess I can try and help you. Look, I can't do the voice. That's just not... Look, okay, you know what? Let's not do that, and instead, let's try this. Okay, so I managed to get one of my friends who does not play ESO, like, at all, and who's very unfamiliar with this game and the stuff in it, to read the tooltip for one of the sets I'm using, and after a little bit of explaining the build to them, they said I needed help. Let's see.
Adds 129 weapon and spell damage. Adds 129 weapon and spell damage.
And then the 5-piece.
Oh my god, you're joking. What
just read it!
Dealing direct damage to an enemy who is not a plague carrier turns them into a plague carrier for 10 seconds, dealing that disease damage over the duration. If the plague is removed early, it explodes, infecting enemies within 8 meters of the carrier, dealing that disease damage. The explosion deals an additional damage per enemy hit. This effect can occur, I can't English, once per attack and scales off the higher of your weapon and spell damage.
So you know how it says weapon and spell damage? Okay. And then my other set is using your brain. This is just using your brain. This is just using your brain. So basically, these first. I'm having fun. This set is kind of busted. Here we go. Just kill one of them. Just kill one of them.
Oh. Just kill one of them. Yeah. Okay.
Just kill one of them. I just need to proc once. It doesn't hit as hard if there's not a lot of enemies around, but you get the idea. This needs to be... That was disgusting. I nuked an entire group, okay? I nuked an entire group in the Imperial City. He thought it was a vicious death proc, which...
That's a wipe. That's a wipe. That's a quick one too. That was VD going everywhere.
So for reference, I literally picked this build up and put it together 3 days ago. And I legit haven't touched StamDK in like 3 years, so this was relearning how this thing worked. And this build has been put through its fair test of trials over those 3 days, and this is what I'm concluding with right now. Could change in the future, but as it sits, I'm happy with how it's working, and this build is very approachable and easy to use, so don't fear. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on this video. It really helps out, and I'm still trying to grow my channel, so got a little bit of work to do, but and any support that you can show would mean a million miles to me. But here we are with the build. For our attributes, we have no points in magic, we have 56 points into health, and we have 8 points into stamina. So for those that get it, this is the unbuffed stats of the front bar. Here are the unbuffed stats of the back bar. You can pause if you need to see anything. Giving ourselves a few steroids. This is the front bar, this is the stats, and this is the back bar. And note, this is not the final result of your stats. They change in combat and they get higher, so. As for our race, we are an orc, and we are orc for the passives that we get. They really help with this Stam Dk build. So we have Brawny, which will give us some stamina. We have Swift Warrior, giving us some weapon and spell damage and better movement speed for sprint and reducing its cost. And Unflinching Rage, which gives us some health. And whenever you deal damage, you heal for 2,167 health. This occurs every 4 seconds, and with the amount of dots that we have on this build, that'll be going off every 4 seconds. So very nice heal there. Our crunchy munchies are lava foot soup and salt rice. Very good food. Our potions are the simple tri-stat potions. Give us all of our resources back when we need it, and also some nice recoveries to boot. And also make sure to grab the medicinal use passive in the alchemy tree. It helps you get a little bit more mileage out of your potions. And we are using poisons on our weapons. We are using the double dot poison on our front bar, And I'm using crown lethal poisons because we get so many of them from the dailies. Our back bar poison is the escapist poison. You can see what it does there. Very nice effect. For our Mundus Stone, we are using the Serpent. I like this Mundus Stone. It increases our stamina recovery, which is very important for staying in the fight longer and being able to keep pressure up. Hey guys, and welcome to my video. Please do note I took off the poisons from the weapons so you could see the enchantments I'd run on them if I wasn't going to use poisons. So on the front bar we have a plaguebreak maul with an absorb stamina enchantment. It is sharpened. For the back bar, we have a Sword of Daedric Trickery with a weapon damage enchantment. It is defending. To complement that, we have a Shield of Daedric Trickery with a tri-stat enchantment. It is reinforced. So for the head, we have Balorg's Mask. That means it's medium with a stamina enchantment. It is impenetrable. For the chest, we have the Trainee. It is heavy with a tri-stat enchantment on it, reinforced. For the shoulders, we have medium Balorg's with a stamina enchantment, also impenetrable. For the belt, we have Daedric Trickery in medium with a stamina enchantment. It is impenetrable. For the hands, we have Plaguebreak with a stamina enchantment, and it is impenetrable. For the legs, we have Plaguebreak with a stamina enchantment, and those are well fitted. And for the boots, we have Plaguebreak with a stamina enchantment, and those are impenetrable. And moving on to the jewelry, we have a necklace of Daedric Trickery. It is infused with a weapon damage glyph. Then we have a ring of Daedric Trickery. It is infused with a weapon damage glyph. And to finish us off, we have Malakath's Band of Brutality infused with a weapon damage glyph. You could run tri-stat glyphs on the legs and the head to get a little bit more extra resource, but I like my stamina glyphs, and also I'm kind of poor, so I'm gonna keep them there. Okay, the skills. On our front bar, we have Dizzying Swing. It's a good combo setting skill, gives us access to off balance so we can stun people. Next, we have Venomous Claw, a very, very good dot, and when we use it, it procs the poison status effect on the enemy, which when combined with the Ardent Flame passive Combustion, will restore some stamina to us, which is very nice. Next up, we have Reverse Slice. Why not Executioner? Because we're using Noxious Breath as our next skill, which when paired with Reverse Slice gives us a bunch of AoE potential to knock out stacks of people, groups of people when they're all clustered together. Combined with our sets, it gets very nasty, very, very nasty. And Noxious Breath is pretty good, gives us Breach as well, and a good dot. And complementing that is Rally, very, very nice buff. And for our ultimate, we are using Take Flight. I love this skill, but sometimes it doesn't work. So when it doesn't work, we use Dawnbreaker in its place, and it gives us roughly the same effect, though Leap is way more fun and arguably slightly more effective. But Dawnbreaker does give us a good dot and a couple passives that can buff our bar, but that's what we'd use when Leap decides it doesn't want to work. And on the back bar, we have Fragmented Shield. We are not using this for the damage shield, but we're using it for major mending, which is very powerful on this build. Next, we have Shuffle. We are using Shuffle and not Elude because we already have good access to Expedition from Daedric Trickery. Next, we have Resolving Vigor, a very, very nice heal, and then when paired with Fragmented Shield and the major mending we get from that, even better, very strong. After that, we have Cauterize, a very good healing skill. We have this on there to stack a little bit more healing. And to follow up with that, we have Volatile Armor. We take this over Hardened Armor because one, this gives us a nice little dot, and second, since it's on our back bar, whenever we cast it and we're near enemies, that will proc Daedric Trickery and give us one of the effects. So it's a very good skill, and also adds a little bit of pressure with that dot. And for our back bar ultimate, we have Corrosive Armor. I am in love with this skill.
See, now that would have felt good if I had to leap, but I do have Corrosive, and I can just spam this as it is. Oh my goodness!
Use this skill whenever you're outnumbered, and Leap does not look like a good option at all. But don't forget, it doesn't make you invincible, so be careful. And be sure to fill out all your passives, your class passives, your weapon passives for the two-handed and the one-handed shield. the Fighters Guild passives, so you can swap Dawnbreaker quicker. Your Undaunted passives, if you have those. Your Assault passives. And let me explain something to you about this support passive. I had no idea this passive existed. So, like, I learned this thing existed like 2 days ago. So, put this on your build. It'll save your life. I wish I would have known this existed, because I would have won so many more fights if it was on my build. Okay, for our champion points, in the role player tree, we have Master Gatherer, we have Treasure Hunter, Plentiful Harvest, and Steed's Blessing. For the sweaty tree, we have Master at Arms, Deadly Aim, Biting Aura, and Untamed Aggression. If you're outnumbered and you know you're going to be fighting outnumbered, put on Ironclad over Biting Aura, and it'll reduce some of the pressure that you'll be taking from those bigger fights. For the potato tree, we have Celerity, Survival Instincts, Sustained by Suffering, and Slippery. If you don't want to use Slippery, you can use Pain's Refuge instead. I use Slippery because I can't CC break in this game to save my life. Every time I get stunned, that's it, I'm dead. There's no chance, there's no hope. I have to watch my own death unfold. So I use Slippery. And it still doesn't even save me sometimes. But it helps. And something to take note of, whenever you're filling out the Mystic Tenacity bar, don't fill it out all the way, only do the first bar, because we want to have a lot of uptime on our Survival Instinct star. So by not completely filling that out, you get more usage and more mileage out of Survival Instincts. And also go ahead and fill out all your little golden stars there too. So I reckon that about does it for the build video. If you like what you saw and you want to see more content like this or similar to it, I already have some videos up on my channel, but I'm also going to make more, so consider subscribing and leaving a like to show your support so I can make more stuff. And for those of you that are still watching and you've made it this far, is there anything in particular you'd like me to work on? A specific kind of build, like for a certain class, or another top 5 maybe? I don't know. Go ahead and leave it in the comments or whatever. But anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Here's to you. Have a good night. Bro, that was so MLG. I'm clipping that. Let's go.
I need to go.
Go where?
Go and sort out the Christmas tree. Because my
Okay.
mum decided to wait for me, and now she wants me to decorate it.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go. Okay. I'm sorry. I just got exactly what I was looking for. Okay.
That's okay, Dad.
Okay. Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
See you in a bit.
Bye, Dad. Love you. Love you, Dad.
I love you too, son.
Oh!